Hey, how's everyone doing out there? Um, we're going live tonight for a bit. I hope I can get a few people in here. Big up everyone that's subscribed. I'm up to 140, which is brilliant. Thought I'd go live for a bit. If you want to jump in, please do. If you just want to have a rant in the chat, please do. I think we all deserve to. It's been an absolute shambles over the last couple of weeks. It's like we started fast and then we were done, and that was it. Like a couple of players signed, that'll keep the masses happy. All the LFC fans will be like, "Oh yeah, we got Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister, brilliant," and then that's it. And the rest of it is just like pulling teeth, doing daft things, just trying to get involved in other people's transfer business, which is just ridiculous. Like, we're not a club that can go toe to toe, head to head with the big guys who can go over 100 million. You know, we can't do that. Right? Maybe we can if we planned it a bit earlier, but we didn't plan it earlier. We decided we were just going to get involved in other people's transfer business, and we've literally walked away with egg on our face, just looking daft, just stood there, just wondering how the hell that happened. Just people who aren't involved in that kind of business getting involved in that kind of business. Just like Billy Hogan, who's nothing to do with transfers, gets involved in the Caicedo deal. Like, what on earth's going on there? Like, literally, just nuts, absolutely nuts. Like, just amateurs. That's the word. Amateurs look like amateurs in transfers now. Like, I get having a release clause. Like, I get that's easy enough done. Like, you maybe don't have to do as much due process. You maybe don't have to have as many conversations as you need to. You know, it could be a case of that where we're going to activate your release clause. Are you interested in coming to Liverpool? Yes. Okay, great. That's it. Release clause will be activated. You'll be on your way. Like, you know, the formalities. But, you know, Chelsea have been speaking to Caicedo since January. Like, that was known. Like, Chelsea bid for Lavia last year. Like, that was known. These things were known. Like these two guys were their DMs that they were going for this summer. Like, whether they got them done now or whether they got them done in a week's time was regardless. They've been speaking to them, and we decided we were just going to come over and boss them out of the way. It was never going to happen. Like, it was never going to happen. Like if I've been speaking to you for months and months and months, like, why are you going to turn around and go, nah, I don't want to speak to them no more? Like, they've literally been on the phone to me every single day. Like, Caicedo, 7 bids. 7 bids, Melissa Reddy said, that Chelsea have put in for him. Like, and it also looks like their agent basically got him a better deal by bouncing Liverpool in the middle of it. Like, are we that stupid that we're going to take a phone call from this agent who we know has got ties back to his original club, Independente or Universal, I can't remember what the name is, in Ecuador? We know he's got a buy-on clause back there, which means that he's getting a cut out of that deal. Like, we know quite well that he's renowned for being a bit of a shit, and we've let him call us up and say, "Oh, do you want to put a bid in for us? 110, 111 million will get you Caicedo," and we've hook, line, and sinker fell for that. Like, what on earth are we playing at? Like, I can't for the life of me understand how that even happened, why that happened. But basically, we look like a load of blonkers now. and we're laughing stock. You know, whether you laugh at Man United for Anthony and Maguire, you know, it's irrelevant. Like, we are a laughing stock in the transfer market right now. Like, we just are. Howdy, mate. How you doing? Come on, rant away. It's fine.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start. It's
I
just this
can't
thing.
believe Tyler Adams is going to Bournemouth now as well. That's just. I thought we
Yeah,
might get him
for
and
real.
sloppy thirds.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Jesus.
I thought he was our option, but I guess not. So
Well, I
yeah,
thought that was maybe
I,
C option, but no.
yeah, yeah. Honestly,
Sangar's off to PSG by the
yeah,
looks of it.
yeah.
Like,
Sangare, yeah,
so what are we
Sangare.
gonna do? Are we gonna get Ginny Eldon off them then? Are we? Is that the plan?
Oh god.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
put a bid? Are we gonna put a bid in for Henderson?
No. Honestly, this thing, it's just moving forward. I don't think I no longer like blame this our owners for this downfall. I think it's just Klopp because Klopp is to blame that you know um Klopp is to blame because he was part of the reason why Edwards left was because Edwards wanted Chouameni and I mean not Chouameni, Enzo Fernandez and Bruno Guimaraes for 55 million feet combined, and then all of a sudden Klopp just said no, like, and then Edwards just left, and then that's the whole reason why this downfall just happened, it's because of Klopp and his stupid coaching staff just says no, and it's just embarrassing, man. Like Klopp, he's tactically rigid and he just has an out talent idea of a moron, and he's just we wasted this whole summer waiting for Chouameni, and he didn't even want to play for us, and then we waited for Caicedo, who didn't even want to play for us, and we only got humiliated by a club who just finished 12th place last season. It's just sad, man. It's just shocking,
The
man.
crazy thing about that as well, you just literally said like Klopp isn't great at spotting talent. No,
Yeah,
he's not.
he's
No,
not.
he's not. Like, he
He's
really
not.
isn't great at spotting talent.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
if he'd have got it his way, we wouldn't have had Salah. We wouldn't have had Allison.
You would have
We'd have had
Allison.
Virgil van Dijk and Mane. That's fair. But
Exactly.
we wouldn't have had these guys because he wanted Draxler. He wanted
hmm
Draxler. He wanted
He
Goetze.
wanted Brandt. Yeah, he
He
wanted
wanted
Julian
Brandt.
Brandt. Yeah, man. It's just shocking.
He wanted a different goalkeeper as well. He wanted who's that German goalkeeper who plays in the Bundesliga still?
From
Oh, I can't remember
Hanover.
his name. Huh?
From Hanover. Ron
Oh,
Robert Zieler. No, wait.
no. He oh my god.
I know who you're talking
Uh,
about. I'm trying to
he
think as
wanted
well.
him. He wanted
Yeah.
him. Oh man, my name's he's gone blank. He wanted that German goalkeeper. He wasn't even a German international, by the way. And let's be fair.
Yeah.
He didn't make a good initial German goalkeeper signing in the first place.
For real, man. For real.
Crazy, I know,
It's
absolutely
crazy, man.
crazy. Like,
This this this
everyone said that it
college.
was Oblak that he was after. It wasn't Oblak. It was
No, it
another German
wasn't.
goalkeeper. I'm going to search for that while you chat, mate. If you want to just have another rant, 2 secs. I've got to
Yeah,
find this other German goalkeeper.
yeah.
I've got to find his name.
Honestly, yeah. Edwards was just trying to build a whole midfield for freaking Enzo and then Gamares, and then all of a sudden, just Klopp just said no, and then I'm just like, why, bro? No, 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 no. Oh my god. And I have a feeling on.
Kevin
I have a
Trapp.
feeling.
Kevin
Yeah,
Trapp.
Trap.
He
Oh,
wanted Kevin
that's
Trapp.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the
Go on.
goalkeeper
Yeah.
that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But God, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah. Edwards was trying to build a whole midfield for Gamaris and Enzo, and then Klopp said no, and then I'm worried that Andre might be next too. I'm worried that Klopp is gonna say no to Andre, even though Andre is so good. Like Andre could be a Thiago replacement. Like
Yeah.
he's very, very good. and he's worth the 30 million, 40 million price. Like I think we should get him in now. Like we could pay the release cost now, or we could just wait for January. I think we're gonna wait till January to get him. But yeah, man,
We could just
it's
like
just top
we
from
could just
bottom.
pay
It's
40
just
million euros.
yeah,
It's
you
like
could
39 million euros release clause. Like there's nothing they can do about
yeah
it.
yeah
Like,
exactly
and the guy probably doesn't have to do anything as well. He just comes straight in because he's already mid-season fitness. A bit like Diaz.
yeah
He'll come
yeah
in and hit the ground running when we signed him.
yeah yeah
Yeah, and that's the thing about getting like players, halfway through their seasons, they've already got like the tuning. You know, it takes a couple of games for players to get into the rhythm of the Premier League. This guy's already
Mhm.
done like half a season in Argentina, so
yeah
he would
sure.
literally come back in. I don't even think I'm not even sure the other Argentine player's gone yet either. Varela. I still
Mhm.
don't think he's been signed, has he?
I
Alan
think
Varela.
Varela. I think Alan Varela might be
Has he
signed to
gone to
Porto.
Porto now?
I think it's Porto. I'm not sure.
Because I'm still
I
not
haven't
sure.
seen him wearing a Porto kit. I might look up see if he
I'm
is.
going to check now.
Yeah.
No, he's still at Boca Juniors.
Oh, what the heck?
He's still not been signed.
Didn't
Oh, hang
didn't
on, hang on,
Fabrizio said? Wait, didn't Fabrizio said Alan Varela has gone to Porto? Like
hang on. I'm checking. No,
what the?
he's still at Boca Juniors.
Oh, what the heck?
He's still not signed.
He still hasn't signed. Wow,
Oh, hang
that's
on. No,
oh,
70% rumours that he's going to Porto, but he's still not signed. Like, I would get him. He's
what
like
the
9 million.
heck? He's literally
Like,
9 million. We
like
could get
he is unbelievable.
exactly. He is unbelievable. He is a
Oh
very
my
crazy
god.
player. He is
Oh
very
my
good,
god.
man. Oh my
Just
god.
yeah, just shoot me now. It's just ridiculous. Like every
Yeah,
single day is just becoming more and more of a joke. Like it really is. And
like
the
this
crazy thing
transfer
about
window
it,
has gone more comedy than tragedy. Like
oh man,
it's becoming more comedy, man.
and the
At this
crazy
point.
thing about it is you know the difference. Like you know that Jurg Smack is trying to sign certain players, and then FSG have just come in and gone, dude, you're
Yeah,
shit. Like I don't know what you're doing, but you're shit.
I don't
Like
know what Smack
there's
is doing.
110 million, like bang.
Yes.
Like the only difference is, the guy's been talking to Chelsea since January, and he's a Man United supporter. Like, did anyone even look into that? Like he said, he's a Man United supporter last
He
year.
said his idol was Antonio Valencia, right?
Like
For Man United.
seriously,
Oh,
like,
oh,
like there's a lot of
Caicedo.
Ecuador players that are
Oh
Man
my god,
United supporters because of Valencia.
man, we were man
Like
that
not only that, he's not a Man. If he's not a Man United supporter, he's a Real Madrid
he's a
supporter.
Real Madrid supporter
Okay,
because he
don't
said he
get
wants
him
to play for
anyway
Real Madrid. Yeah,
because
don't.
he's gonna fuck off to Real
He's
Madrid.
he's working for other clubs, literally. Like he's saying, I'm a Man United supporter. No, I'm a Real Madrid supporter. No, I'm an Arsenal supporter.
That's a red flag straight away.
That's a red flag. No, bro. I'm so glad Caicedo has gone. I'm so glad Caicedo has gone to Chelsea. Honestly, I'm so glad, man. I don't
Oh,
need
you know
him. Man.
what though? If you haven't seen the show that I did about DMs, you should probably check it out because I
Yeah.
compared him to Basuma and the way him and Basuma just went straight off a cliff when they moved clubs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a likelihood he could do the same because being in that Brighton environment and the way they do things in the midfield is it's just so unique to any other club. Like I don't see any club being able to play like they do. Like the only
Mhm.
club I can see really doing that is probably Barcelona to a certain extent when they
Yeah.
had Busquets, and they do that. They do that like I get the ball. There's like five players running at me,
hmm
and then they manage to put it onto someone
Put it
else.
on
Like, and
someone
they
else. Yeah.
completely negated all of that press, and they're
Yeah.
incredible at doing it. And that's why
Mhm.
McAllister is so special. I
Mhm.
I was a little bit like, is he going to come into the Liverpool team and be able to do that? And then I just watched him in pre-season. I'm like, oh yeah,
Wow. Oh yeah. This
yes he
McAllister
can,
guy. Yes, he can.
yes
He
he
is
can.
special. And
But
then, oh
if we use him as a DM, then we are just completely
yeah, no,
wasting all of his talents,
yeah,
all
man.
of his talents.
Literally, I just want someone. I just want Liverpool to sign a DM or two, and then we get a center back, and then that way McAllister has the freedom to roam around, and then Sobasai has the freedom to roam around. Those kind of things. I just don't want them. I don't want McAllister playing as the DM still. I just want McAllister, start.
I I
Yeah,
also want us to get a right back now because I've just had
yeah.
enough of this Trent shit. Like
Oh yeah, the Trent
it's
stuff.
just
Yeah, actually need the right back.
it's becoming a soap opera. It's
Mm.
like, does he? Don't he? Is he right back there today? Is he
Is
playing
he?
right back in
Is
it?
he?
Is he left winger?
Is he
Is he
left?
DM? Is he
Is
midfielder?
he?
Like, what's he
Yeah,
doing? Like,
he's
just put him
just
in a position. Just
and then
literally say to
defending
the guy,
too. Oh my god!
you know
Like he's
what?
just he's
You
just lazy
are
at track
this
ranking.
player
Yeah,
today.
exactly. Yeah.
Like
Oh
that Chelsea game, like he wasn't that bad,
yeah.
but he
Right.
didn't help. He didn't help Canate up. He didn't help Canate for quite a lot of the game.
Yeah.
He didn't do a huge amount going forward, which meant the Salah was a little bit isolated. And
Yeah.
like second half, like he was just non-existent. Like you might as well have took Salah, Trent. Like, just
So,
you could have dragged all of them off. They were just awful second
yeah.
half. Um, and and if we are that wide open against a team that are more experienced, as in they play together longer and they know their passing movements and they know how to get the ball to their attackers quicker, we're anybody's. Like we're literally anybody's. Like it's literally one on one. Like so many times. It's just the fact
Mhm.
that Chelsea, like they were good at getting the ball to Reece James and Chilwell, but they just didn't have the movement of anybody else.
Mhm.
So when they got the ball, luckily they didn't have like three players all in the box waiting for it. They
Oh
had
yeah.
just like Jackson and every now and
Jackson.
again like another player. But if that's like, I mean, Bournemouth will probably do us if we play like that.
Oh
We
god.
got Villa. I mean Villa look a mess anyway. But
Yeah.
who knows? But for me, like that wide open on the wings is just it's just suicide. Like, and I can
Mm.
see it. Like I'm watching it every single game. Like, oh, you just play a long ball
It's
there.
just not looking. Yeah, it's just not looking good over there, isn't it? No, it's
It's
just
like
terrible,
a
man.
DM doesn't solve that.
Yeah,
Like
no, it doesn't.
the only thing that solves that is the tactics and the structure.
Yeah.
And you know, for me, Trent can play like that. Trent looks solid. Like he looks solid most games because he doesn't really.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem to affect him, but it affects Canate. It affects Robbo.
Bravo. Yeah.
It doesn't really affect Trent because I don't know what Trent does now. Like
I
he
don't
just
know what he's doing either. Yeah,
he just
it's just.
struts. Like he really just struts around. Like he was shit. He was shit going forward. He was shit with his passing. Like
Yeah,
okay, yeah, the Salah chance was like that was a magic pass,
it was a
which he's
magic.
capable
Yeah,
of.
magical. Yeah.
But are you going to do four of them in a game to get us four assists for four goals? No, you're not. So
No,
and we could
yeah.
concede four goals.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I named this video actually. What's going wrong with Liverpool FC? So I'm asking you like, what do you think is going wrong with Liverpool FC? And when did you think it started? And I'll also ask the chat that. What do you think's wrong with Liverpool FC right now? That's to the chat as well.
Where did it
And
go
don't say
wrong?
Klopp.
No.
I'm trying to be a bit more specific.
It's honestly everything started going wrong after Edwards left. Like after Michael Edwards left, everything started going horribly wrong. I don't even know why this happened, and then it's just embarrassing, man. Like FSG and Klopp and the recruitment staff. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it anymore. Like I'm just so confused and so puzzled. Like I want to bring Michael Edwards back because this Schmacka guy, I don't even know what he's doing anymore. Like this Schmacka guy, all he does is just like other than the Szoboszlai signing, what else has he done? Like Billy Hogan oversaw the negotiations, try to talk to Caicedo, but Schmacka was just left doing nothing. Like I don't even know what he's doing. Like this whole downfall, man, it's just I would say it was just after 2021, and then yeah, that's what I gotta say for sure.
Edwards left in. Was it the season after the title, or was it the season after?
I think it was the season like
I'm gonna check.
after the quadruple
I'm
chasing.
gonna check.
I think so.
Edwards.
Yeah. Yes, Emo's right. It started when Edwards left, yeah.
2022. So it was 2 seasons ago.
No, it was 2 seasons. Okay. Yeah.
But he was already
But he was already
on
out.
the
Yeah.
move in 2021. By the way, like in the
Yeah.
Liverpool Echo, I can see something from. Yeah, so he was already leaving in 2021. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
so
So he left
that
in 2022. Yeah.
so that season was the Jordan Henderson contract.
Contract extension. Yeah.
That was the Virgil van Dijk contract extension and the Ali contract extension, if I'm right.
Mhm.
Let me double check. 2020. Virgil van Dijk. Yep. August 2021, Van Dijk signed a new 4-year contract, keeping him at the club till 2025. So that kind. Okay, so with that happened, okay, I'm just all right. I'm not like I'm trying to think of an inspector. Inspector Gadget. I'm not Inspector Gadget, but I'm trying to work this out. So
Yeah.
Edwards handed in his notice in November 2020, 2021.
Mhm.
Virgil van Dijk got a new contract in August. Henderson got a new contract. I'm just going to work this one out because all the rumours was about Hendo.
Yeah.
Why is it coming up with? Of course, it's going to come up with his bloody contract from his contract that he's just got. Did Jordan get a new contract? I don't care about that. Will you stop telling me about that contract? I bet he got it wiped off the internet because of it. All right, okay. Let me have a look on Wikipedia. Will it say on here when he got a new contract?
TW74 said Klopp is so stubborn with everything, he has no idea how to organize a defense, still allows Trent to go a walkabout. Yeah, bro, exactly. And he brought in George out of retirement. He brought in George Schmacka out of retirement. Like he was the one that recommended George Schmacka to come in. And I'm like, bro.
The thing about George Schmacka as well is like it's his concert buddy. Like he goes to rock concerts.
It's his drinking buddy. It's his drinking
mate.
buddy.
Like, he's
just
got
mate.
a mate
It's
in.
alcoholic buddy. Just
like,
drinking.
Easy peasy. Like I've got a mate in. He's gonna listen to me. Okay, so Jordan Henderson got a new contract at the end of that year as well. So it does kind of tie in that Edwards wanted to get rid of Henderson and get the Bruno Guimaraes
and
with
Enzo.
Who was the other guy you say?
Enzo Fernandez.
Paul Joyce tweeted today. Enzo Fernandez was offered to us last year for 15 million. let's put that into
all of a sudden we just like, bro.
50.
I saw that tweet and I was like, 15 million. Are you kidding me?
Got sold for 106. We could have had him 6 months earlier for 15 million.
Oh my god, he was so perfect.
We needed midfielders then.
Exactly.
We didn't need midfielders. We hadn't signed a midfielder since Thiago. It was like 3 years before that.
Yeah, Klopp was the one that said we didn't openly need midfielders. You
honestly can't sit there and go, yeah, that's an FSG issue. It's fucking 15 million quid.
It's fucking 15
not an
million.
FSG issue.
Exactly.
Like, Artemelo cost us 4 million just for his injury.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I mean
unbelievable.
that one's mad. I mean, and also when you talk about this Lavia thing as well, by the way, so everyone was talking about the fact that we bid 60 million. Lavia got sold for 50 million. So that's bullshit. So whoever said that is talking crap. Because if we
Yeah.
bid 60 million, Southampton would have accepted it. And then they would have said to Chelsea, well, Liverpool have offered 60 million, so you should probably
You
match
should.
that before you
Yep.
sign him.
Yeah.
And he's gone
Yeah.
for
Exactly.
50. So that's crap.
It's crap,
We
man.
never spoke
It's
to Lavia, and we never bidded the money that people say we did for Lavia. I know we
yeah.
bidded 36 million. That was true. And we bidded
That was true.
46 million with add-ons in
46.
the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
But we still didn't
And
bid over
back out.
40 million cash.
Yeah.
And all the add-ons were crap. Like, they were ridiculous ones, like 50 caps for Belgium and all this stuff.
Oh my
Like,
god.
he's got like one cap.
Yeah.
He's got to wait like about 10 years to get 50
Only.
caps.
Honestly.
Can I say something as well? Like,
Yeah.
related to
Yeah.
that,
Go. Yeah.
like, do you think we should start targeting players who are in the north? Because anyone who's in the south does not want to come to the north. So, do you think we should just start
Honestly.
targeting players that live up north? Like, Tyler
Yeah.
Adams,
Tyler Adams.
Onana, who's actually in Liverpool. Maybe the guy Longstaff. Like, I would take Sean Longstaff. Like, how good was he at Newcastle? He can't get in their team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've just
Yeah.
signed Tonali. Like, Tonali's pushed him well out. Like,
Somebody's
he's not even on the
class. Oh my
bench now.
god. Yeah, he's not
Like,
even.
Willock's not getting in their team.
Yeah,
Like, how good was
Willicks.
Joe Willock? Joe Willock is on
Oh
the
my
bench now.
god. Yeah.
Like, Sean Longstaff is like sixth choice midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
That Ellison, that kid they've got, he's on the bench now. So Sean Longstaff's now being pushed right down the pecking order. His brother got free transferred. Matty Longstaff, who was linked with Man United like a couple of years ago. So, Sean Longstaff was like he was rumoured to be getting sold for like 50 million a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
just need players.
Exactly. We just needed players, man. Like that's all we gotta
Like,
do,
literally,
man.
like the last 15 minutes at Chelsea, I thought it was like a pre-season friendly. We just bought like a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old off the bench. You're like,
What?
we're trying to win the game. You're trying to win
Exactly.
the game when you bring in two kids. But that was it. That's all we had.
Yeah.
You're not going to bring Joe Gomez on to put him up front, like.
Oh god, Gomez,
We
no, bro.
literally had Ben Doak and Elliot, and that was our attackers to come off
Oh
the
my
bench.
god, our
Like,
deficits.
if you're bringing
Yeah.
on a 17-year-old
17-year-old,
and a
yeah.
19-year-old to win you the game, you need reinforcements.
You
Sorry.
need reinforcements badly. I'm sorry, man. I'm so
You
sorry.
need
It just
reinforcements.
yeah. To be honest, yeah.
Seriously, like,
Literally. Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure like a first division championship team would have a better bench to bring on than we did. Like Ben Doak should be on loan somewhere. Elliot, but you didn't play him up. You didn't play him as an attacker. You played him as
As
a
a tiger.
midfielder. He played pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But like, you should be bringing on like a 21-year-old, 22-year-old,
22. Yeah.
like
22.
someone who's maybe got like one or two caps for their country, not like a seasoned international, but
Mhm.
we were a couple of years ago we were bringing on Origi and Shaqiri, like an Ox, like Keita, like they were our subs, like they're good subs.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to change the game. Like,
Exactly.
Minamino, Japanese international.
Minamino, yeah. Oh, I feel bad for
Like,
Minamino.
they're subs.
Yeah.
They're subs that can do something. You can't bring on a 17-year-old kid and a 19-year-old and expect them to win you the game.
To do some wonders, yeah.
I mean, what are we playing at? We've got like a couple of weeks to go, and that's our bench.
Hmm.
And we can sit here and go, oh, injuries, but no. Like, well, okay, so what if we haven't? So the other alternative is Thiago. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
your other alternative. He's not going to get you an
Yeah.
assist, and he's not going to score you a goal. So
Mm,
he's not going to change the game because he doesn't
yeah.
affect the game in that way. So for me, we need serious, like a couple of £20 million players, if anything. I know we're talking about like, signing like £100 million player. We need a couple of 25 millioners, like to
Exactly.
bulk up the squad, to come off the bench, to
Just
make a
go for
difference.
just go for the South American market. Like, go for the South American market. Why don't you guys shop in the South American market? Andre's there, Redondo's there, Fabrizio Diaz is there. Like, there's so many
Fabrizio
options.
Diaz looks good. Like,
Fabrizio Diaz, oh, he's
he,
amazing,
he
man.
looks good.
He's amazing,
He looks
and he's
good.
a captain for Uruguay too.
I know
Like,
he
he's
is. Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Um,
And it looks like Brighton are trying to get Carlos Baleba from Lille for the
yeah,
replacement of Caicedo. Why don't we try hijack him?
he'll be quality.
He'll
Man
be
United
calling.
were looking at him last year.
Yeah, Man United. Yeah,
Like, like,
and then we're yeah.
start dipping into this French market. You get good players. Like
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle proved the point. Like Newcastle signed two really good players that
Oh
basically
man,
got them into the top four last year in
yeah,
Bruno Guimaraes and um, Sven Botman. Like two fantastic players from French teams.
French teams.
Like you can get these players. Like you've got. I mean, there's so many players. Like Fofana's available. There's a guy called
Yusuf Fofana. Oh
Arthur
yeah, he's good.
Futre who plays for
Arthur Fietze. Oh yeah,
Lille.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
good, man.
he's he's brilliant. I mean, you've got. I mean, the guy that Chelsea signed from Monaco, he looks like a real player. Like
Who? Ugo Chukwu?
Dezala,
The Zazi?
yeah, Dezazi looks
Oh,
like a real
Dazazi. Yeah,
player.
he was a really good player, and he
He
scored
looks
a.
good. Like
Yeah,
he just
he looked
how is
good.
it? Like he's literally played one game, one
Hmm.
pre-season game, and then straight in,
Hmm.
straight in for Liverpool,
Straight in.
and he scored, and
And he scored
he
against
probably got
us
man of the
too.
match for them. To be fair, like
Yeah,
he was good.
yeah, he was good
Like okay,
defensive.
yeah, Diaz got past him, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was a bit of
But,
a it it was a bit of a swinger on it. It was like just throw yourself at the ball.
yeah.
But like I don't think anyone could have defended that pass from Salah.
No.
It was perfection, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It went like in between two players, like curled it in between two players. It was
Yeah.
just brilliant. And
Yeah. That
I honestly
substitution by Klopp. That
I
substitution
honestly
by
think that's
Klopp.
going to bite him, mate. I really
Yeah.
think that's going to bite him in the arse.
Yeah, man.
Like
I did not like that.
like if a big deal comes in for Salah after being dragged off like that, do you think he might sit there and go, hmm,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Hmm.
my place isn't safe. Like I'm being dragged off. I'm being dragged off for Elliot. I'm being dragged off for Ben Doak.
From Ben Doak, the 17-year-old.
I'm being dragged off for a 17-year-old. I think if Salah was taken off for like Nunes,
Yeah.
might have accepted that a bit better.
Hmm.
But the fact that he was dragged off for a 17-year-old, that's really laying
That's
down the
really
marker.
mad.
Like,
That's madness, man.
and I didn't think Salah was bad. Like,
No,
I just
Salah
think
wasn't bad.
Salah just he couldn't get the ball. Like, you know,
Hmm.
Poch took them off for half time and went, you know what? I need to change tactics here. Like, we're getting a bit overrun. Change tactics. Second
Yeah.
half, all over us. We couldn't get
All
near
over
him.
us.
We couldn't get near
And
them.
then, yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
I'd say it was just lucky that they took. I think they got a player injured, or they took two players off. Oh no, they got Reece James injured.
Rich James.
Changed the
Rich
game.
James. Wow, man.
Reece James came off injured, changed the game, because that guy that came on to replace him was terrible, absolutely terrible. That guy who came on to replace him, but it's not
Yeah.
his fault. He's a kid. He's like 19.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
Um,
19. Yeah, Reece
he came
James.
on. He came on, and they brought that Matson on as well, who was pretty dire. Like he played in the Championship the year before,
Mhm.
and that changed the game because the momentum came out of them. And they also took Chilwell off as well, I think, because he was just knackered. He ran up and down
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they took Reece James and him off, and they just completely lost their width. And that was when we came back into the game because they didn't have those two flying
Two flying
wingers.
players. Yeah,
They didn't
right
have
wing.
anyone that was on those wings anymore. So, and
Mhm.
that was where all the threat was because we didn't have anyone there.
We didn't have
Like
anyone.
Robbo was in midfield and Trent was in midfield
Who was in
doing nothing.
midfield? Robbo, man. I'm worried about Robbo. This season, man. I just think Robbo's like the drop off from for Robertson has changed like drastically. Like it was just incredible, and then Robbo form was just all the way down. Like I'm worried about Robbo. I think we should sell him. I think we should sell him.
Do you know he's played for 10 years in the top flight
Yeah, yeah,
and he
yeah.
started his career under Steve Bruce.
Hmm.
And this is the first year he's ever had where he's had to play a different position. Like he's not a left back anymore,
No,
but he's not a left back. Like he's just not a left. I mean, sorry,
he's
he's
just
just
not.
not a centre back.
He's not a center back. Yeah,
Like
left-footed center back.
you can't get a guy who's played for so many years in a certain position to then go, like, you need to learn how to become a defender
You need
now.
to learn how to. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what? That's not my game,
That doesn't
boss.
make any
Like I'm
sense.
not a centre back.
It doesn't make
Look
any
at me.
logical sense.
Like,
Yeah,
look at me. I'm really skinny. I'm really fast. I'm not going
fast.
to win any balls in the
I'm
air.
not. I'm
Like,
not
I'm really
strong.
not going to
Like,
win many challenges. Like,
yeah,
that's
I'm
just
not
not my
tall.
game, boss.
It's just not. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but
not
I
it.
need you to do it.
Yeah.
All
What?
right. All right. Like, why?
Why? Oh. Oh,
And
Mickey says,
he's not getting any help from Verge
yeah,
either because Verge is kind of just I don't know. I don't know. Verge is just Verge, isn't he? But he's not getting any
yeah.
help from Verge because he's not getting any
Mm,
help from Diaz either. To be fair, like
mm,
Diaz pulls out of tackles now. Watched him against Chelsea. I think Diaz has got that fear of like if I go in for a challenge here, this could be me like out for another season. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
that Jota challenge. I could hear the bones crunch like on the commentary. Like when
mm.
he went in for that tackle with who was that tackle with? Colwell.
Cool.
Colwell completely did him like it was a fair challenge, but you
Yeah.
could hear the crunch, and I was just like, okay, that's Jota done. Like there's another season. There's another season out. But he like limped off and then came back on, and then obviously got
Yeah.
subbed.
I heard
But
a rumor. I heard a rumor that we started initiated talks with Gavardio, but then we stopped in favor of Levi Colwell. Uh, if it was Klopp, man, I swear to God, I'm done. Oh my God.
so what part of the conversation with Chelsea and Colwell did Klopp suddenly decide? Oh, you know what? I've got a
I don't get
chance.
it, man.
Like
Oh
the
my-
first one was
it was never gonna happen.
Colwell wouldn't answer the phone to him. That was the
No.
first. That was the first time. So that was during the under-21s. I think I told you this on your show.
Yeah.
Then he continued to do it, and then Chelsea then released a
Report.
statement saying
Yeah.
we're going to complain to the FA
Complaint
because
to the
you're
FA and
calling our
report
player
it.
up while he's on the under-21s,
Yeah.
and you're getting your own players involved in in saying that he's coming to Liverpool. Like Elliot was like, "Yeah, I'll have a chat with him."
Oh my
You didn't
God.
have a chat with him, did you, Elliot?
Yeah,
You didn't.
it didn't even go
You didn't,
well.
did you?
He didn't. No, even if it did,
There
it
was no
didn't go
way he was
well.
ever coming to
No,
Liverpool.
it was never gonna happen. There was no
And
chance.
then Pochettino said, like, I'm going to offer him a new contract, so he's part of my plans.
Yeah.
And the fact that they turned down 40 and 50 million from Brighton, which we all knew about. So,
Yeah.
what part of you're going to get Colwell did you think was going to happen when the club that had him on loan offered 50 million for him, like at the start of the window, and Chelsea said he's not for sale, no
He's not
matter
for
how much
sale.
you offer.
He's untouchable. You
That
can't
was
just get
knowledge.
him. You can't.
Everybody knew that.
Everyone knew that. Everyone knew that. Every single person knew that.
So what part of did you think you were going to get him, Klopp? Like
Mm,
the same with Caicedo. Like what part of that? Like
no.
for me, I think he's ill.
Yeah.
I think he's ill. I think he's.
I think he's lost the plot. I think
I
he's
think he's lost
just
the plot. I
he's
genuinely
lost the
believe he's lost the
boss.
plot.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea what he says in press conferences now. Like, what was that dig
I
at
don't even
Newcastle
know
for?
what.
Like,
Yeah.
why piss off all the Newcastle people? Like, because you
Yeah.
just did. Like, I've got my mate who's a Newcastle fan, like, sending me a WhatsApp message going, "Why is Klopp having a dig at us?" in a
Oh
Chelsea press
yeah,
conference.
I remember that when he said the when he was asked about the technical problem, and then he said it was Newcastle, and then yeah, that was sad,
Like,
man.
and
Just
then you start having a pop at Chelsea, but inadvertently you're having a pop at Chelsea and you're having a pop at your own board, who just gave you 110 million to bid for Caicedo, and then you're saying, "Well, Chelsea get who they want." Well,
oh
you just
my
got
god,
110 million
he just got
to buy a
110
player.
million.
Like, are you trying to say
Yeah.
you can get what you want? Like, how does that make sense?
Vault Tech says greetings. Our new midfield initials Lavia Fernandez
I know.
Caicedo.
I've heard this
Oh,
shit.
that's hilarious.
It
Oh,
breaks
the
my heart.
midfielders. Yeah, that's hilarious. No,
What's hilarious
you
is
called, yo.
those players we could have had for less than 20 million. Like, we could have had Caicedo as well. Like,
We could
he was
have
offered to us.
Caicedo. We could have Enzo. We could have
There's so many.
Bruno.
There's so many people
So
that are
many.
like kicking off on our scouting department. There's nothing wrong with our scouting
There's
department.
nothing wrong with our scouting department. It's the
These guys
recruitment.
are offered to us.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's the recruitment, the coaching staff. There's nothing wrong with the scouting. It's the recruitment, the coaching staff, and yeah, the club.
No,
Yeah,
it's the manager.
it's the manager. Club.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not even
I
the
don't think
recruitment. It's the manager, because
it's
the
the
recruitment.
yeah.
All of these players we know that have been offered to us. So you can't kick off with the recruitment, because we had a chance to get. Sorry, we had a chance to get. Oh God, my head's gone black now. So Adams was available. Was offered to us. We had about 5 players that were offered to us in this window. Seriously, sorry, the window before. I'm trying to think of their names. There's some really, really good players in that list that we got offered, and we said no. Klopp said no to. I can't remember now. My head's gone blank. I've been talking about so much other stuff.
No,
Who can name them in the chat? Some of the players that Klopp was offered and he turned down in this recent window.
Are we talking about defenders or midfields?
I'm talking about like midfielders. I'm talking about
No,
defenders.
defenders.
Honestly, there was so many players that were offered to us
Van
in
de
the last 2
Ven.
windows. Huh?
Van de Ven.
Van de Ven. Van de Ven was
Yeah.
one. Van de Ven scored an own goal on his debut.
I saw it. I feel
He
so
wasn't
bad.
that good, actually.
Yeah.
Guardiola, yeah, you're right. Guardiola's one.
Gavardio, yeah.
Guardiola, yeah. Bruno Guimaraes,
Bruno
yeah.
Guimaraes, yeah.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Enzo Fernandez.
I'm pretty sure
what
Sven
else?
Botman was as well, if I'm honest.
Inacio.
There you go. That's it. Ugarte.
Ugarte. Oh yeah.
Ugarte
Do you remember when
sorry.
Klopp tapped up Ugarte before contacting the club, and then
Need to. He didn't need to.
he didn't need to do that. I'm like, no.
You
Why
don't
would
need to
you
tap
do
him
that?
up.
We could have gotten Ugarte, McAllister, and Silverstein. Oh my god.
How good is Ugarte going to be? Serious, man.
God. He wanted us too. He wanted Liverpool. Oh my! He wanted to link up with Darwin Nunez. Oh my god!
Neves was offered to us as well, by the way.
Ruben Neves. Oh,
Neves was offered to us before he went to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done my research about him, so I don't.
There's so many. Like Ruben Neves is a cracking player. People don't think he's as good as he is as a DM. He's really good. He wins so many tackles. He presses really well. I mean, he's got an absolute rocket on him, and he scores like 5 goals a season. Worldies, pretty much all of them. Yeah, he got offered to us. I mean, who's the? Oh, what's the name's the manager of Wolves now? Isn't he the Bournemouth manager that got sacked? Isn't he the new manager?
Gary O'Neill.
Yeah, I
think
think
so.
he's the
I
Wolves
think he's the
manager now,
Wolves
isn't
manager. Yeah, I think he's
he?
the
Yeah,
Wolves manager.
I, I,
Did he
I'm
lose to
I'm happy
United?
for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for him as well. Yeah,
I thought I thought that was a really bad sacking. Like he didn't
I
deserve
think that
that. He
was a
kept them
I
up.
think that was a poor sacking decision by Bournemouth. I did not like that.
Like
Yeah,
the guy who was before him
yeah.
said he was the best manager in the world, and he came from like Rotherham. Like he was an idiot.
I
He
know.
lasted about 5 games. I can't remember. I don't even know his
I
name
don't
now.
even know.
He was that bad. But he
Yeah,
took over from him, and they were in the mud, and
yeah.
he managed to keep them up. They've just
Oh my
signed
God.
two really good players that has totally annoyed me now.
Hmm.
They've just signed Alex Scott
Alex Scott, yeah,
and Max Aarons,
Max Aarons. Oh my
two
God.
really good young players
Alex
who would be
Scott.
perfect. Who would be perfect for
Yeah.
us.
He would have been perfect for us. Like I
Max
believe.
Aarons,
Yeah,
Trent. There's your right back there. There's your right back. Right.
yeah.
There's your cover. There's your cover for Trent.
I believe the
And
chief of scouting department, um, Barry
six
Hunter
million,
wanted.
6 million, mate. 6 million for
Yeah,
Max Aarons.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
they paid 20, I think it's 20, 27 million
27,
euros
28. Yeah,
for
something like that.
Alex Scott. Alex
Yeah,
Scott's like future international.
he's, he's
Amrabat's another one.
Amrabat. Yeah,
Amrabat, yeah, we could have got Amrabat.
you could have got
Yeah,
Amrabat,
yeah.
and then
He is literally just like Fabinho. Like you just watch him
yeah,
play, he's just like Fabinho.
yeah. He was good in the Moroccan World Cup. I remember
Tonali,
that tackle against
Tonali was
Mbappe. I
off
was
it.
like, wow,
Tonali was
that's a
off it
brilliant
too as
player.
well. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tonali was off it too.
Tonali. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Um, yeah, that was a brilliant pass.
Yeah, that was a brilliant pass. Klopp wanted Ruben Neves last season, but it was 80 millions. The club said no.
Yeah, that was last year though. He went to Saudi Arabia for like 30
Sorry,
million.
Al Halal. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They're getting
Neymar.
Neymar as well, man.
That's
That's so
crazy.
nuts. Have you actually watched one of their games?
No, I haven't. But
They're
I've been
actually
keeping
really
up
good.
with. Yeah,
They're
I've been
really good
keeping up
games.
with Al Ali with Bobby Firmino when he scored that hat trick against Al Hazm or something like that.
They're
It was like
really good. He
3-0.
could have scored 4. He got
He
one
could have scored
disallowed as
4 or
well.
5. Yeah, he was that good, and he's a captain of Al Ali too. He was
Yeah.
that good, man.
And we could have kept him.
Yeah, but he wanted to.
Could have kept him.
Could have kept him for some backup
Like,
option, but he wanted
like
to go.
he
Sadly,
wanted to leave, which is a concern.
yeah,
Which is also something that I wanted to talk about what's wrong with LFC. There's
yeah.
something wrong with LFC because players want to leave us. Players want like I'm going to
Fabinho.
go through a list of players now that
Mm.
wanted to leave us, and some of the names you're going to be like players wanted to
Oh
leave
god,
us. Okay,
I'm not prepared for
Keita
this.
wanted to leave us. Naby Keita wanted to leave us.
Damn.
Okay, he wanted
Mm.
to leave us. He got offered. He tried to offer him a contract. He said no. He wanted to
He said
leave.
no. Yeah.
Ox wanted to leave us. Lalana wanted to leave us. Danny Ings wanted to leave us. This list gets to lower players now.
Oh god. Let me guess. Now Phillips.
Nico Williams wanted to leave us.
Nico.
Nico
Oh
Williams
my god.
wanted to leave. Like Origi wanted to leave. Minamino wanted to leave. Like these guys wanted to leave. They weren't sold. Like as in they could have like if they okay. So I personally think that Minamino wanted to leave because I don't think he integrated with the team enough. Like if you look at
No,
when we were celebrating the league win, he was in the background.
he
It
was
looked
in
like
the
he was
background.
kind of like left out a bit. Like
Yeah,
and
he looked alone,
the
and
fact that
yeah.
he got us all the way to the final
Oh my
and he
god.
didn't play. Like that's
That's just
that's enough
insane.
for someone to put a transfer request in. He literally got us to the final. Like 2 of those games, he scored the winners. Like one of them, he scored the winner in like extra time against Leicester, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember that goal,
Mhm.
Minamino, and then he gets dropped for the final. Like
Yeah.
seriously, like why aren't you playing Minamino and Origi in the final? Like they got you there.
Yeah,
Like
they're clutch.
the
They're clutch
goalkeeper.
players.
Playing
Yeah,
the goalkeeper. Why aren't you playing
exactly.
the like? And it was 0-0 anyway. So it's like
Yeah.
we could have done with them. Like no one scored.
He could have done something, man. He could have done
Exactly.
something different. Exactly.
So yeah, the list goes further and further down, like of players that want to leave. Nat Phillips wants to leave. Like
For a million times,
he
and
wants to
he's.
leave. Like
It
he
looks
got
like
a move to Benfica blocked last year by Klopp. He could be playing for Benfica now. Like and probably doing really well.
Well, he would do so well. Actually, I would have been
Because
like,
Nat
wow.
Phillips reminds me
I
of
wouldn't have been
Pepe.
mad. Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
Pepe?
exactly,
Yeah.
man. He
He's
was.
he's just an old fashioned he's just an old fashioned defender that's
He's
really
an
solid and just wins
old-fashioned type
everything.
of centre back. Yeah.
I've never seen Nat Phillips not win a header. I've never seen Nat Phillips not win a tackle. Like seriously, the guy's never put a foot wrong for me. Like he just can't play football like as in do little drag backs and well he did actually didn't he did a Cruyff turn at the San Siro but
Yeah.
but like he's the guy you need. So when we conceded that goal at the weekend, he's the guy you need like in the centre back position for that goal because that guy wouldn't have got to that ball. Like that Phillips would have just cleaned him out. Like it would have been a penalty, whatever. I don't know. Like he would have put him in hospital.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he would have put his head where the boots fly. Like he just doesn't care. Like he's the type of guy you need in the team. Like you need one guy who can do that in any game. If you're playing the way we play, we need like a Nat Phillips type player. Like, but we also need a player that can't that can't bring the ball out. Like because we've got too many players that bring the ball out of defence, and at the moment, that's our Achilles heel. Like bringing the ball out of defence is our Achilles heel because if we get counter pressed, which we have been, because most of our goals we conceded in
We've
pre-season
been
have been
open
because
and
of this,
yeah,
and the chances that we concede. We get counter pressed from the centre backs, so the strikers or the midfielders from the other team get our counter press our defenders, and we lose the ball. It's Ali. It's Ali because we haven't got a Walker or a Reece James or a Chilwell
Chilwell,
or I'm trying to think of other like really fast centre backs
Cancelo,
or
Alfonso
really fast.
Davies.
Yeah, we
Alfonso
haven't got
Davies.
that guy that can just like
Yeah,
run back really fast and get back because we
really
haven't got
fast.
the pace.
Pace. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on, what's this? Did you see? Not at 2 a.m., mate. No, I was asleep.
Well, is it the one? Well, is it the one where he was like celebrating Caicedo really loud?
Oh
And
no,
then, oh
oh, that's
my god,
embarrassing. I didn't do any
was
stuff
it
like
the?
that
I didn't.
because I didn't believe it was
Yeah.
happening.
I thought
And you also see
the,
me in the chat, like
the dopamine, man, the dopamine. Oh my god.
like
Oh,
you and Albert like went to sleep like dreaming of Caicedo the
we were
next day,
dreaming of
and
Caicedo,
I
and
was in the
then
chat like, did you see some of my
we
posts
just
in the chat? I was like, someone needs to wake these up because they don't want they need to know now.
we were so close. We were so
We were
close to go.
close. We were close.
We weren't close.
Albert's here. Hang on, Albert's here.
Uncle Albert, hey,
Albert,
what's
Hey,
up,
I'm
Albert,
Uncle
here.
we were just
Albert?
talking. Albert, we were
Oh,
just
we were
talking
just
about.
talking about
We
Caicedo.
were just
We were just
talking
talking
about
about.
you.
Yeah, we
You
were
Oh,
and
just
really?
Amir
talking about it.
dreaming about
Yeah,
Caicedo and then waking up.
Then
yeah.
you are telepathic then. Man,
Oh,
I've just seen wolves being robbed. Like
oh no, VAR.
Oh
robbed at
no! Did
robbed at
VAR just? Oh
Old
no!
Trafford. I mean,
Oh
I don't
no!
know
Who
when a
hasn't?
goalkeeper going for a
What happened?
cross and clattering full on into two defenders and knocking them out isn't a penalty.
Oh god!
Oh, was it
and the coach,
Savannah
the
just
coach
being an idiot?
rather gets a yellow. The coach a yellow card for protesting.
Oh
But
my
Can
I
you
god.
imagine
must give
at Old
I must
Trafford
give
though?
Wolves credit. They played very well.
Yeah.
They get beat 1-0, did they?
Yeah, one
Was it
nil.
1-0?
1-0. Wow,
Who
okay.
Yeah.
scored for United?
Who scored for
Sorry,
United?
Varane.
Who scored for?
Varane.
Oh, okay,
Was
set
it from
piece.
Yeah.
a corner like header?
No,
Like,
it was from a cross. Like I'll call it like a little lob from Bruno Fernandes, and he
um,
was in the 18 and he headed it in. I mean, it was a good goal though, but I think that um, Wolves should have gotten a draw because they played better than Man United over the 90 minutes, and they should have gotten the penalty in the 90 whatever minute. They should have gotten a penalty. Yeah.
Well, we should have got a penalty as well, shouldn't we?
we should
But
have
you
got a
know,
Yeah.
penalty.
We should. I mean, that was a stone
Anthony
cold
Taylor.
conspiracy.
you
But
could see
Yeah.
the guy's face as well. Though he went.
leave
It was
Anthony
He was
Taylor
like,
to
it wasn't even it was
that
on the
ball there.
hand. It was a clear handball. Like I saw it
yeah.
many times.
Leave Anthony Taylor to Mourinho. You deal with him.
Mourinho.
So,
Oh my
so the
god.
question, so the question we've got, Albert, is what's going wrong with LFC?
Let me turn it around and make it a probability question.
I'm going to put my camera off because I'm getting the pot
What's
noodles.
not going wrong with LFC? So what is going wrong with LFC is one minus what's not going wrong with LFC, man. It's I don't know. It's just a comedy of errors, isn't it? Really, just
Callan Nickel, big up, man. Join us, man. Join us for the
yeah. It's
stream, man.
just a comedy of errors. It's just a
Yeah.
comedy of errors. Like
Comedy
things
club.
things that have happened that should never have happened. Um, Klopp simply not doing things right because
Yeah.
there are a lot of things.
Leading in the transfer.
I mean, first of all, what is becoming very apparent is the terrible decision in bringing in that yes man,
Schmack.
yes man, yeah, Schmadka. He's a yes man, so he's
Yeah.
unable to say no to Klopp, and like this direction we're going is wrong. Having said all that, I am not, despite how people are getting panicked and everything. I'm not too worried about the fact that we haven't. I mean, about not getting Caicedo or Lavia. I'm worried we haven't gotten a DM, which I think is dangerous going into some of the other potential matches. But I don't think that not getting either Caicedo or Lavia is that big a deal. I think there are other people who can do the job very well, or if not better. A year and a half ago or a year ago, none of us knew any of them. So good players will evolve. A few months ago, we didn't know Colwell. So the gems are there. You've just got to find them. It's like a lucky dip. You've just got to find them. But we can't go into the third and fourth week not having a DM, because if we go to Newcastle without a DM, it will be a problem.
It will be a big problem.
It will be a big problem. Newcastle are set up to give the current setup of Liverpool some real issues to deal with. I mean, they have Bruno Guimaraes, they have Sandro Tonali, and they have the rejuvenated Joe Linton, because they also play 4-3-3.
Harvey Barnes. Yeah.
And then they have Isaac, who on
Isaac.
current showing is top three if you come to the best strike, because he's very good breaking the lines. He's good with his runs. And then
Yeah.
you have Almiron, who will
Almiron.
make Robertson very,
Draw.
very, you will turn him into toast if he doesn't shape up. So if we don't get a defensive midfielder to protect Robertson's side, Almiron and Trippier will do the same thing that Reece James and
Chilwell.
Sterling did to him. No, Reece James and Sterling.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was Sterling. Yeah,
that was like a WWE tag team event, man. They tag teamed him, and at the best of times, he didn't have any answers. We got away with a point, and I think we
I
were
said
lucky.
that. I said that
I don't.
if we play another team that have got like experience playing together and they know their patterns, we're just getting robbed. Like we're just getting taken to the cleaners. They'll just play through us.
They'll
will be
Like,
broken
right
into
through
smaller.
us.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we played that team against Man City? It will be a disaster.
you know, the
You
scary
know,
thing about that game. The scary thing about that game against Chelsea is if that was Brentford, we are so bad at set pieces. We
Oh
were
my
literally almost conceding goals on every set piece. It was so bad.
it was so bad.
I was watching it like, why the hell are we all charging out when all their guys are still on side in the box? Like, it's like, oh, they're all on side. Oh, we're just going to run away. Like, you've played them all on side. Like, you can't just run away from them. You need to get them.
we have to have
Oh, it's bad.
we have to have a sorry, we have to have some difficult conversations, and I'm talking about the role of Trent again, the role of Robertson, because if Robertson is not being able to adapt to the new quote unquote reality, then he should be moved on, you know, and somebody else who can play as a left-sided center back, left back, who can actually basically fill in when Trent goes forward. So you have a three-man defense is done properly. Because yesterday he was in no man's land. I mean, he didn't want to mark space. He didn't want to man mark. I could understand him, but we definitely need a definitely we need a DM who can cover those places. And now we are beginning to see the sort of things that Mane used to do to protect Robertson. Gakpo can't do it, and Diaz doesn't do it. Diaz, after the 50th minute, 55th minute, he was shot. He was tired. He was so tired. He wasn't doing anything. The goal notwithstanding, I just didn't think we should have started him. I thought we should have started Gakpo as a false nine and Jota on the other side. That's my opinion. I'm also happy that Klopp managed the balls to take Salah off, because Salah was non-existent after the 35th minute. So yeah.
But I felt that was because we were just being overrun on that on that side. Like Chilwell had an unbelievable game, by the way. Like he played really well.
Yeah.
I didn't really rate him.
Times.
I didn't really rate him, but he's earned my respect.
I like the fact that like they brought on £100 million player and he was shite. That was great to see in Modric. He is awful.
Who's that?
Like whoever scouted that guy.
Who's that?
Modric.
Modric, you mean?
Yeah. The guy doesn't even want to play him.
No.
I don't understand
the guy
him.
doesn't.
I really hope that
coaches
got him.
all their coaches don't want to play him. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he has club foot because they don't want to play him.
The thing about it though is like he was signed. So a little bit about him. He was signed from the Ukrainian league.
Ukrainian league, yeah.
We signed from the Ukrainian league when the Ukrainian league didn't have anyone in it that was any good, because they all left because they were scared of like the war that was happening there. Because they lost like all the Brazilians and all of the Argentinians and all of like the African players all left. They all got sold. So he was playing really well in a really shit league. And
that's how come Napoli got Kvicha on a free, innit?
Yeah. And then he played in the Champions League and he played like 4 games, I think. And he did quite well. but not against great teams. But it was in the Champions League, and that's
Yeah.
where his hype came from.
Yeah.
And he
And I
probably
mean,
got a lot of hype from the guy that's at Arsenal. He's probably saying, "You should sign my mate. You should sign my mate." Like, because they've got like the
like I've
Ukrainian
always
ambassador there.
said,
Imagine he goes to Arsenal. Imagine if he
I
got
would have
signed by
loved it.
Arsenal.
I would have loved if he went to
Yeah.
Arsenal and been a flop. You know, like Pepe
The
was.
flop there. Yeah.
They've still
like
got
I've
Pepe on the
always
books,
said.
by the way.
Sorry.
Arsenal's still got Pepe on the books. Like he's on loan.
Yeah, they need
again.
They need to ship him off to somebody. He's a 72 million pound player.
89 million or something he was.
Even for Saudi. Yeah.
Well, the Saudi guys said they don't want him, so so you must be a special kind of zero for the Saudis not to want you. But yeah.
So do you agree with that from Jared?
Sorry?
Klopp got both the personnel and tactics wrong on Sunday.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Do you agree with that comment, Jared?
That what?
Klopp got both personnel and the tactics wrong on Sunday.
Man, Klopp has got everything wrong. But like I have said, when I was a kid, my mom always used to say to me, "Now is not the time." You know, now is not the time. Thing is, no matter what you say about him, he's still there. So he's still there. I think
he'll
that.
walk?
Sorry.
You think he'll walk? You think he'll walk this season if he does
If he does, we move on, right? Many people have come and gone at Liverpool, and if he walks, it'll probably be the best thing for all concerned. But there's the small matter of the 15 million pound a year salary that he wouldn't want to forfeit. So he's also going to stay thinking. Sorry.
You can get more at Germany if he took
No.
the German job.
No. You think that the German national team are going to give him more than 15 million pounds? That's like 90 million euro a year. They won't give him that.
Okay.
I have this feeling that it's more along the lines of he actually thinks he can make it right. And he actually has a genuine belief that he thinks he can make it right. And
I said this on Jerry James' show. I said it's starting to feel like he's mad, like he's insane, and he's
starting to go like
Arsene
Wenger
thing over and over again, just expecting different outcomes.
It's like Hitler's it's like Hitler's last days. Yeah.
Wow.
I saw a meme. I saw a meme of like.
The thing is,
clip that.
We've done this. Okay, so FSG. Like I said, my personal opinion is that both of them should leave, but like I'm saying, they're still there, and we can't always lay everything at the doorstep of the ownership. That's not fair, because they've provided the money. We haven't gotten anybody. So whose fault is that? So what's to say that the money wasn't there all along, and it was just somebody who was nitpicking? This Caicedo thing, whilst I don't blame anybody per se for the Caicedo debacle, it was a hit and miss that they should have thought through before they went through with it. So once that had failed, what was the fallback option? And there wasn't any fallback option. So I don't know. They should just get somebody. Like I said, my choice, Ibrahim Sangare. And K-Mac, I've always been telling you about this guy. They should get him. Yeah. I think that in terms of the club system, he's one of the best DMs, pure DMs who can play that role. I also think they should get Andre Trinidad. They should get him. Don't wait till January. Get him now, because by January we could be out of the top 4 for good. By last January, I think after the 3-4 matches we played in January, we're already gone. So they should get him and get him now.
I agree. 100%.
And those two, If you add them, one is 32 million pounds, the other is 20 million pounds. So that's 55 million pounds for two people who potentially are better than both Caicedo and Lavia. Let's not forget, for a year ago, nobody knew who Caicedo was. So yeah, we've been played and we have been played. I mean, we have been seriously, we have been played like a fiddle in the Japanese National Orchestra. We just have to accept it and move on. That's all.
We got
You're
we got
Chelsea's
played.
puppets.
We got played by an agent.
We
That's
got
what it
played
looks
by
And
an
like now.
and
agent.
Bri- and Brighton. Brighton were in it all along.
Suckers,
Tony
Tony
Bloom
Bloom.
suckers.
was
Tony
part
Bloom.
of
We're
this.
never doing
He was
business with
part
you.
of this
Tony
all the
Tony
way.
Bloom Tony Bloom's my hero. He really is for getting that much money out of Chelsea. He's literally got nearly 300 million in the last couple of years out of Chelsea. He can buy a ground.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think his greatest achievement was selling Cucurella for 60 million pounds.
60 million.
How the hell he did that? I know.
Kukurea was so bad.
They got
Kukurea
like
is so
20 million compensation for the manager as well. Like
You know, my
bonkers.
and for all the backroom stuff, you know, my friend who is actually a Manchester United supporter, was telling me that he thinks that Cucurella's hair is more expensive than the footballer in him, and I agree. He's got very nice hair.
It's his
That
shampoo. His shampoo's more expensive than his hair.
yeah, he's
Like
he's, he's
gold
got
plated
really nice
gold
hair. You
plated
got to give him that.
braids. Do you want to jump in then, Chris? How you doing, mate?
Hey, what's up, man? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's okay.
We're good. We're good. We're
good, man. I'm good.
What's the topic in hand right now? Is it Chelsea versus
We're just having a
Liverpool?
rant. Like, what's wrong with LFC? That's it.
Um, I think, honestly, I just think is incompetence in every level. So I think on the football pitch, on the way the club is run at the current moment, I think it's just a total mess. So I don't know FSG. I don't know what type of Americans FSG are because from what I know,
Business,
right? Because I'm
business.
American, right? I'm born. I'm American, right? And just the way Americans are, bro. We are very. We like to find loopholes in what we do. We very scam like type people. That's just the way we do things over here. It took Todd Bowley a year to figure out how to exploit and find loopholes in the system that's already in place, which is FFP. And these owners have been there for 12 years and haven't found the loopholes to benefit them. It just doesn't make sense to me. I can only congratulate Chelsea on how they're running because you found the loophole, you exploited, and you're exploiting it. And until they change the rules, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing, and there's nothing they can do to stop them. You know, so I don't know. Like, and in regards to Caicedo and Lavia deals, it is what it is. Like, we're not getting them. Um, and we just have to move on. And there's a lot of players out there, and for people to sit there and say there isn't players out there, there is.
There is.
You have to go research and you got to go find and you have to go profile players. Like literally, we were just caught with our pants down, you know, and it's just upsetting because apparently this was the summer rebuild. To me, it just looks like we weren't expecting Fabinho and Henderson to be
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah.
We wasn't expecting them to be sold, and we weren't never going to bring in reinforcements. That's what it looks like to me. So yeah, man. And then the game yesterday or the day before, or no, it was yesterday actually. Um,
Yesterday.
yesterday. I would say like the first 30, 40 minutes we looked good, but then after that it was just like we started like shying away from the game, and it just looked like
Yeah.
Klopp was the new manager in charge of Liverpool, and it wasn't Pochettino and stuff.
I felt
So
that.
Yeah.
like it just felt like what have you been doing for the past 8 years, in my
Yeah.
opinion? But
We had a great start, and then defensively we just collapsed. Like
yeah,
everything
and
just
honestly,
goes.
I don't, and I know, I think it's been a couple of you guys on here been saying we need a center back, we need
Yeah.
defensive reinforcements, and I think without that, we're not looking very well this season. And I'm not trying to be negative, but it's just going up front, it does look exciting, but still we're not clinical enough. But then in the back, if we're not steady, we're gonna concede goals, and it's just gonna be like that all season. So that's just my take in that. So, and
think-
I almost had a panic attack too. I thought Jota was injured and stuff. So
Yeah, I know I did as
that
well.
clash I was about to say, I'm like, oh
Did you
god,
hear that? Did you hear that noise as well? You'd hear it
Yeah.
on the mic, like his the crunch. I thought that's him done.
yeah,
That was with Colwell as well, of all the people.
hmm yeah.
The guy that we were chasing all season takes out our striker.
Yeah, we have to be careful because there's been about 4 or 5 ACLs already.
Timber,
See.
Eder Militao, Courtois. Yeah,
Timber's the most recent, right?
yeah.
And
Timber
Abbas.
was
Abbas.
today.
Yeah,
Oh.
and Tyrone Mings. Tyrone Mings is
Tyrone
one.
Mings, yeah,
done.
Tyrone Mings, yeah.
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 Well, I'm better than all of them, so you know what I mean. My ACL was a bit more serious than
So,
his.
Baz,
I feel
did
sorry
you
for
get
them, though, by the way.
did you
Feel
get
sorry
your
for all those
problem
players.
from playing football or it was from something else?
No,
Yeah, from football 3 times. I've torn my ACL 3 times. It's my 3rd time.
Oh, sorry.
Bloody hell, mate.
And you have, is it the same knee?
Same knee, same place. I spoke to
Oh.
Chris about this obviously on WhatsApp. My first one was quite bad. The whole of my bottom leg, my fibia, tibia, Achilles, everything snapped, ruptured, kneecap smashed into. It was horrendous.
Was it a tackle or was it just a fall?
What the fuck did you walk into?
I walked into Tottenham Hotspur's training ground. That's what happened. I was a semi-pro before, wasn't I, Uncle Albert?
Oh, okay.
That's how I did it twice. And the last one was for my dad passed away last year. We had a little memorial football match for him. He loved football, and I tore it then again, just for good measures. So yeah.
And it still hasn't been operated upon.
Yo, sorry to cut you guys off. Did you just see how they're moving in Saudi? They just gifted Fabinho Rolex. A fan just gifted Fabinho Rolex because he played well.
Yeah, he scored a hat.
Yo, like they're
No,
moving different out there, man. I'm about to move to Saudi.
I'm gonna go to Saudi. I want to watch the Saudi league.
Have you actually seen the games? Because they are pretty good, by the way.
No, I haven't
Like,
seen them.
I've seen the
where-
Firmino one.
It
Well,
does
with
sound
the- with
mad,
the-
though.
Al Ettifaq, Henderson's team just beat Al Nassr 2-1.
What the
Wow.
heck?
Yeah, the big team as well.
Yeah, they
Bruh.
just beat but you see, with the kind of personnel they are taking, they are definitely going to be doing well in the league.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Have you seen the video of Gerrard trying to teach them how to press? He's trying to talk in their language, and they're just like stood there going,
What?
"Wait, what?" And he's like, "Communication. You don't understand.
Communication. You need to communicate. You need to
They don't
communicate.
understand you, mate. Like, just get an interpreter."
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of games now. It is literally like, do you remember that World Cup when they had the Zuluzalas and they were just going like constantly, just constant noise? It's like that. Like, it is non-stop noise. Like, everybody's just going crazy. You know, when like in the Premier League games, it's, for like quite a bit of time, it's just dead. You can't hear anything. You hear a pin drop in some games. Not there. Like, it's crazy. It looks quite crazy, and there's some good players. Like, I think it's going to be decent. Yeah, I'm tuning in anyway. I'm going to watch a few games, and they're getting British commentary as well now because.
Where are they streaming it? Where are they streaming the Saudi League?
Places I'm not going to say on here.
Legal streams, VIP league. Yeah.
You can get the highlights on YouTube.
Places. Yeah, highlights on YouTube. That's it.
Highlights on YouTube. Yeah.
I saw Firmino's hat trick the other day, so
I saw it too. That was brilliant. It was so brilliant.
He was like that far away from having a fourth as well. Like, he was just offside.
Oh,
Yeah.
He could have scored 4.
And he's the
There you go.
captain.
Dazzle streams. IT.
Yeah, the zone.
That's like a proper.
Mhm.
That's a proper website, by the way.
Yeah. I need to get that.
Do you know what?
They
I
do
might as well-
boxing as well. They do boxing. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I might as well just get mine off my chest. You know what? I'm not actually angry anymore. Yesterday, obviously, I was upset. Obviously, today, you know, you sleep it off and then you wake up in the morning, you digest what happened and stuff like that. obviously I was on 5 streams yesterday, and the last one I think I was on Jamie's, and we heard that that the both of them will be going to Chelsea. So I wasn't really surprised with what happened today. What I'm surprised with is Jurgen Klopp and the operation side of Liverpool actually allowed these players to go before they brought in suitable replacements for them. That's the only thing that upsets me. But look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to big up Chelsea, but you know what? Congratulations to them in the sense that, listen, they got the deal done. They were outsmarted. They outsmarted Liverpool in that sense. But look, there's no guarantees that these players bring them in, success. Absolutely, it improves their squad, but God forbid one gets an in. Like, look what happened to Timber the other day. Or anything can happen. So, I'm not too downhearted. I'm only just concerned about the administration of the club in the sense of how can they let something like this happen. But as whatever happens in the next coming days, it will definitely be a panic buy because we put our cards out there. I think we need to learn from this very well, because when you play with players' minds, like we started off with Thuram, like I said the other day, we're playing with him so many times, and we're looking at this one, looking at that one. We kind of put him in the back shelf, then we expect him to join. It's the same thing with Lavia. Do you know what I mean? And players resent that, because I would have done the same. So I don't blame these guys, to be fair. They've gone in some death row contracts, though. 8.5 years, 8 years, 9 years. It's death row contract, bro. But good luck to them. And, we just need to sort something out and, we go again. I'm just too tired and too stressed to even think about it, to be fair. I just hope we can we just all be realistic, because we are playing, obviously, Bournemouth next game, and if we get a good result, I want people to just be realistic about it, because no disrespect to Bournemouth, but if we have a result there, we're still going to have issues with Newcastle. So let's be real about this, and I really need to think if I really, people really need to think if we're going to rely on Thiago in DM, because I think people are talking about that. That's a no for me. The player we need to.
Can you play DM?
With an ACR, probably do better. But anyway, and even the young lad Basetic, I love Basetic, but we got to be very delicate with him.
Be careful with him. Yeah,
because
he got the abductor injuries. So.
Absolutely, and before that, he had a back injury, 158 days. Got to just be very careful, because we're going to put too much pressure on these guys now, and we need to eat humble pie. And I think just you're going to have to overspend and get someone, because everyone's going to be saying, they're going to be saying that we need players, or they know that we need players. They're just going to up the price. Lavia was agreed at 60. We could have got him at 50. So you know what I mean. We're going to have problems there. But look, it is what it is. We move on. I can't wait for this day to finish, because then it's like a day gone, and we move on. But that's my 2 cents.
All good, mate. All good. I agree. I agree with a lot of that as well. I feel like it was just those 2 players. Like, that was all it was ever going to be. It was going to be McAllister and Zabolsai, and Fabinho was probably going to be the DM, and then Stefan Bajcetic was probably going to do a season with him. Maybe Lavia was going to come in the January window. Like, maybe that was going to happen. I don't know, but I felt like it was just 2, and that was it. And Henderson and Fabinho went, and there's no plan B. Like, how can you not have another option? Like, your other option is the 2 guys that have been speaking to Chelsea for months. That's your other option. Like, and you won't even meet the fee for them anyway. Like, that's your other option. Like, and then you get a phone call from a dodgy agent saying, "Oh, you can have him for 110 million." Like, so you fall for that and almost break your transfer record off some agent saying that you can have him for 110 million. Are you out of your mind? Like, I don't know. Like, okay, yeah, we've got money, but there's loads of players out there who've got release clauses that aren't 100 million, so we could go and get Sangar. Like he's got a 32, was
32,
it 32
right?
million?
Yeah, like 32. Yeah.
32 million release clause. Just go and get
Andre from Fluminense.
Andre, 40
40
million
million.
euro, isn't it?
But
Yeah,
apparently,
release clause.
I heard PSG just triggered Sangara's release clause though.
It's literally like as soon as our name
They,
pops
they
up,
haven't done it yet.
clubs are just going.
Oh, okay.
We're not letting Liverpool get him. We're not letting Liverpool get him.
They
Like,
said they are thinking about. No, you see, K-Mac. It's
can't we
not
go
about.
and can't we go and get the lad at PSG then that's not playing then? What's his name? Vieira. Is it Vieira?
Vitinha.
International.
Vitinho.
Vitinha.
Can't we just go and get him then if they're signing Sangar? Like,
I don't like Vitinha.
how good's he?
I
Bare
tell you why I
money.
don't like him.
Full house.
Bare money, though. Bare money.
He's not. He's
Let me
not
come. Let me
robust.
come in and come back. Give me 5 or 10 minutes. I'll come back in. Yeah.
He's not robust. That's my problem. He's gonna need, if he's gonna play in the EPL, he's gonna be robust. Otherwise, you end up like another Tyler Adams. You know what? You know what the Chelsea people were doing in the Twitter space today. They were telling us that Tyler Adams was available, and then guess what? Minutes later, he wasn't. You know he's gone to Bournemouth, right?
I know. They've got Alex Scott as well, by the way. Bournemouth.
They've got Alex Scott.
And they signed Max Aarons. How good is he? Like Max Aarons from Norwich. Like
So
he'd be a great
at this rate, why didn't we simply resolve to just go with Yuri Tillemans? Why did we just get Yuri Tillemans?
Nah, I don't know.
No, he's slow. He's too immobile. He's slow.
Like I've got to be honest. Like at this rate, I think Wilfred Ndidi is probably a decent. It's probably a decent choice.
No, Wilfred Ndidi is decent. My only problem with Wilfred Ndidi is what I keep telling you, that he's not 25. He's like 33. He's like 32, 33.
Yeah, Uncle Albert, we're trying to get Paulina now at 28 years old.
For 90 million.
Well, to be honest with you, Baz,
shoulder.
I will really take Paulina. The only thing with Paulina is whether Fulham don't sell him to us for £70 million.
Oh, that's what's going to happen. They want 80.
At this point, the thing is, you need somebody, right? You've heard the song, You Might Need Somebody. You need somebody. That's it. You might need somebody
too.
So you might need somebody. So what you need is a body. What you need right now is a body.
Can I just say something though? And I was speaking to Amir about this before. I think the biggest issue is we need a fucking right back, because Trent needs to fuck off into midfield. Like the biggest issue I've got right now is that prick who can't play in a position.
What is going to kill Klopp is the conversations, the difficult conversations he can't have. The conversations that he feels are too political, that he can't have. For me, if it were good old me, there's only one place or maybe two places on the pitch for Trent. It's either on the right side of a 3 or on the left side of a 3. I will favor right side of a 3 because I will put him on the same side as Salah with a very good fullback. Like, let's say, the kid from Walker Peters, right?
Yeah.
Like Walker Peters, and the Trent problem is solved because Walker Peters will always cover him. He has incredible energy. You cover him, and he can do his thing and be as irresponsible as he likes, but he will be covered, right? How many of you saw the Arsenal game? Arsenal Nottingham Forest. Did you watch?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
But
I didn't watch it.
I
watched a bit of it.
Arsenal Arsenal played that invert role to perfection, because Thomas Partey, who was the invert, was never found wanting and out of position. He was always in position when it came to defending, and he was always in position when he needed to be in the midfield. John Stones also plays it pretty well. So my thing is, if we're going to play that role, we better find somebody who can actually play it, or we should abandon it altogether. I think we should abandon it because there is a political issue with Trent.
You catching mosquitoes?
No, there's a green butterfly that's I can't stand flies, man.
Uncle Albert, you know what?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me
A
quickly
nature
butt in.
program as well.
Let me just
Sorry?
quickly butt in with what you just said there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm thinking? If we don't spend the money or we don't find the right player, you know what I'm proposing. Yeah. I know this might sound crazy to you guys, but just hear me out. Yeah. I think we should play Robertson in that DM role. All right. Play Van Dijk obviously on the left of the three centre backs. Kanate. I know what people are going to say. Listen,
I'm only messing.
Oh,
the thing is, all right, I think Robertson could do a good job there, personally, because I think he's not great where he is right now. But you know what? He can read the game. He's fast enough. He'll need, obviously, a lot of training for it, yeah? But you know what? He's committed.
Why do you think what you said sounds crazy?
No. It's just because I look at when I look at players, I look at what they can do, and I look at Robertson. And I think obviously he's a leader, he's a challenger, he's a fighter, he's a warrior. He can do all these things, and I think he's getting absolutely slated. And to a point, I understand because obviously he hasn't really settled in this new role. But I think when he's there, he'll have that responsibility which he needs. He loves to go back and forth, up and down the wing. Now, obviously, he can't do that as much now when Trent is playing in the inverted. So what he can do is patrol sideways. I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know why you think that what you're saying sounds so crazy, because if you remember during the preseason, did you realize that when the second half came and Klopp shifted the invert to the left side and put Tsimikas there, he was very good at it.
Disaster.
No, Tsimikas was very good at the invert thing because it afforded the three centre backs the opportunity to be three. It was Joji, the other guy, what's his name, Kwanzaa and Matip. But the line.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah. When there's no right-sided invert, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. The line, the important thing in that system, at least in my limited opinion, is that the line must be perfect, and two people should not be caught dead trying to defend a high line of 50 yards. So I think it worked with the left back. That's why I'm saying that I think if you get Andy Robertson as even as the defensive midfielder and just tell him just to harass people, just basically just harass people.
Yeah, be a nuisance.
Yeah, be a nuisance. Do nothing. I mean, do you guys remember Gattuso? Remember Gattuso?
Gattuso, yeah, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
Did you remember Gennaro Gattuso ever having any constructive play? Apart from fighting people, getting yellow cards, kicking people, just basically.
He was the master of the red card.
Yeah. Just basically diminishing people in the center of the park. What else did he do? Nothing. You need that kind of guy. So, I mean, do you guys remember our own Stevie McMahon back in the day?
Animal.
McMahon had zero talent. All he did was he just messed up play in the middle of the park, and that was it. He never progressed the ball forward pass, nothing. He just did what he had to do. Do you guys remember David Batty? David Batty had zero talent. Zero, like none. So yeah, what you're saying is entirely possible.
I mean, at the end of the day, last season, that's what Thiago was basically turned into, a David Batty, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't do any progressive stuff. He was just tackling people and breaking up play.
Yeah.
Like, can Robbo do that? Yeah, probably. But it's just
Oh,
that
he can do it.
it's that idiot mode where he just runs forward out of position. But if he's given a structure to do, then yeah, maybe you're right, mate.
He is
Maybe you're right.
very feisty, and the first lingo that the DM has to understand is that he has to be feisty. He has to be prepared to be very. And Robbo is probably the most aggressive.
Why would you not play
person that
Canate
he-
there then?
Sorry,
Why would you not play Canate there and then just play Matip or Gomez?
You know, Matip.
You've obviously got more solid in front here.
Matip
I would rather play Matip there because Matip used to play occasionally as a DM in Schalke.
And he can also pass it.
Yeah, I will play him there. The thing
Canate
is,
definitely not.
Or we could just buy someone for the money we've got.
the thing is, the
We got 100
innovations
million.
the innovations are still there. The innovations are there. The question is whether our manager even wants to have that conversation. Listen, guys, tell me, and just tell me, how many of you don't get really, really, really I don't use the word concerned when you see the ball heading towards our goalkeeper?
I'm not bothered about the ball going towards the keeper. He's the best in the
No,
world.
I'm
the ball
saying
going
towards
the
towards
defense.
our net, especially the set pieces. Don't you get worried?
Yeah, set pieces. Yeah,
Yeah.
And,
we're terrible at set pieces.
And every time we take the lead, they're going to equalize, right? You know that. You know that's a given.
They just hoof it. Teams just hoof it against us. Like, come on.
It's becoming very difficult, man. It's becoming very difficult. And at a point in time, you're just like, okay, so what's the worst that could happen? You're going to score. That's all.
I want to be. Trust me, I want to be so negative, but I can't be so negative. It's still the club that I love at the end of the day. But you know something, it is what it is. We're in a situation, and I'll tell you what, we've been through difficulties over the years, and we've got through it. But this is the big slap in the face, like a hard slap in the face, yeah, to the owners for January or next year. I don't think they're going to do anything spectacular for the remainder. There is still time, of course, but how the Caicedo thing did come, yeah, was just out of no one expected it. So who knows? We might be tomorrow. We might be in talks with flipping, Kimmich or Shermani. I don't know. I'm just throwing names out there. Yeah.
Can you pay Kimmich though?
Sorry,
you can't pay Kimmich, man.
No, but you know something. It's not likely, but like I said, you know what? A few weeks ago, it wasn't likely we were going to ever look at Caicedo for 100 million, let alone anything. Anything can happen, innit? You're not our club. We are looking at these players and they'll go buy that player. Or we think this player will never get.
We've been played.
We have been played, but you know what?
This is a classic. I mean, we've been played by a gambler and a venture capitalist. We've been played, man.
Absolutely. We look absolute mugs. And you know what? This is all going to come out in the laundry as well, again. And we're just going to look like idiots.
Somebody's going to write a book about it. We've been played.
You know what, though? Chris is absolutely spot on, though. Like if Americans are like that like as a nature, and especially the businessmen.
We're ruthless.
How the fuck have they not worked out like the 8-year contracts and the loopholes? Because Todd Bowley was all over that as soon as he tipped up. Like literally broke all the FFP
no one else
got away with it.
No one else found the loophole, but he came in apparently a nobody in the game and figured it out.
Correct.
You have to have lawyers and accountants and tell them, read these things and find out what we can do about it. And you have to pay them. We don't like paying people.
I've got to end this stream in a bit. But
yeah,
I just wanted to say one thing and then obviously ask you all the question. So the one thing which is crazy is I can't believe I'm sat here now being so concerned about my team after we've just signed 2 players that would have been my dream signings for midfield. Like McAllister and Bolsai were my dream signings for midfield.
I've just seen the Fabinho video. I have just seen the Fabinho video. It is so hilarious.
You got a
I'm
Rolex.
sure he's wondering He's wondering what the fuck have I been wasting my time in Merseyside for?
Why have I been running round in the rain?
he was.
You just put
He
the
put a
guy just
Rolex
put
on
the
him.
Rolex on his hand. Oh
No
my
way.
god!
Yeah,
Drop the Rolex. Yeah,
yeah, I need to go to
Nice.
Saudi, man.
I need to go there.
In the car park. Oh crap!
Did he have a good game then?
He must
They
have.
won. They won. Yeah, they won.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently
he was in the team when they won. Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently he had a great performance, and the guy just went and put a Rolex on his hand and said "good job," and then shook his hand and sent him on his way.
What, his boss or just someone in the car park?
No, just a fan, a regular fan.
Just a fan.
Yeah,
Was it like
a sheik. He was a sheik. Yeah, he was a
the
sheik.
streak? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
We have
my
to put that
god!
money.
Yeah. So the question I've got actually is, where do you think we finish this season, and do you think we'll make another signing this for this window?
Can I
I'll
go
start
quickly
with
on
him
that one first?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I'm
go on
going
then.
to leave.
Go on.
I think we are going to, if we're lucky, we'll finish fifth. If we're lucky. And do I see us making another signing? We probably will make another signing. Probably might not be someone we want or expect or whatever. I think there's one more. There's one more pulse in that thing to get one more signing. So yeah, fifth if we're lucky, and and one more signing. And I'm going to give you an extra one, a bonus. I think Jurgen Klopp leaves in January.
Wow.
That's
I
tasty.
think that as well. By the way, I think that as well.
Oh
But
damn.
yeah. I don't think we'll get any more signings either. But there you
I
go.
think so too.
What do you think, Emir? What do you think?
I
We
think
might as
we're
well do
gonna
the Klopp thing as well. That's the start of it.
honestly.
See you later, mate.
I think we're gonna make one more signing, and then I think we're gonna finish 6th place. And then I think Klopp is gonna leave in January. So sorry, sorry. That's what I think, man.
You know, there's a song that says, "I don't care how you get here if you can." I really don't care how they get there. They should get there. I am not. There's a lot wrong with Liverpool, and I don't want us to do well to cover it up, for somebody to hold plaudits and say, well, what is happening right now is something that has been cascading for a long time. It started a while ago. It didn't start just over a season. It just got to a crescendo last season. So there are obvious fixes to where we are, and they should fix it. In terms of where we finish, if we don't fix the DM problem, we will not do very well. I mean, we will not even finish 5th or 6th. We won't even be there. Because once every team works us out, remember last year, the instruction from the opposing guys was target trend. People who have started watching, especially our first match, to be target Robertson. Do the 1-2 tag team action on him, and somewhere along the line we'll get him. So I think that if we don't fix the DM problem, and we shouldn't buy only one. We should buy 2 DMs, and we should give ourselves options with the type of football we play. So yeah, that's where I am. As for Klopp,
Okay.
the least said about him, the better, man.
Okay. That wasn't a question anyway, but yeah, fair enough. Chris, go on then.
Honestly, I don't
On
care.
the spot.
I don't care where we finish as long as we win the Europa League.
Okay.
We're gonna lose to Seville in the Europa League, or even Real Madrid, because they got Militao injured, and then
Since
Courtois injured.
someone
And they're not playing good. So
then someone needs to get fired to win the Europa League, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, I don't really care as long as we win the Europa League.
I think we're playing Brighton in the final, by the way, because I think Brighton are going to be that good.
oh god,
But
That'll be
Brighton. Brighton look
Amir,
sensational.
Amir, with Real Madrid, if they determine that they should buy somebody, they have 2 weeks to buy. They will buy someone. We are the ones who are entering the Atamelo zone. You know, there's 2 weeks more, and we are in the Atamelo zone already. Because a full day has gone by, we haven't heard anything. Well, we have heard something that we may be interested in Sangari, but I thank God. I thank God in heaven that this guy has been bought. Tyler Adams has been bought, because somebody would have bought him. Yeah. So we'll see.
I
We'll
wanted
see.
Tyler Adams from the start, just as a squad player. Thought he would have been great.
Yeah.
Problem with
There
Tyler
you go.
Adams. The problem with Tyler Adams is he has a hamstring that's going to last 4 months.
Yeah, the thing that's
So-
why I agree with Uncle, because we need two DMs just for the options, just for the
Yeah.
balance in regards to just physical fitness as well. You know, you can't. This is the issue we had with Fabinho for so many years. We overused him,
Yeah.
and he
We
ended up
overran
turning.
him to the ground.
I
Yeah.
mean, he ended up turning out to be 40 years old type thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we need two
He probably
DMs.
was as well, though.
Yeah, exactly. So
And now that he hardly does any training, he's getting Rolexes.
exactly.
Happy days for him. I'm going to end the stream
He
now
must
anyway, guys.
be
It's been great
asking.
having
He
you
must
on.
be asking himself. Yeah. Take care, bro.
Take care, man.
All
Great
right, man.
seeing you.
Take care,
Um,
guys.
Big up everyone in the chat and everyone who's liked and subscribed. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a show in the next couple of days where I'll be finishing off my in-depth look at FSG, Jurgen Klopp, and also Pep Guardiola. I'll be going through some of the stuff about Jurgen Klopp at his time in Germany, at Dortmund and Mainz, and we'll cover that in the next couple of days. That'll probably be on Thursday, depending on what time. Just check out my channel, and I'll have the feed up for that. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm close to 150 now, so that'd be great. And if you've got any questions or any comments, please put them in the comments. I always reply back. And I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show, which was what's going wrong with Liverpool FC, with a couple of guests. Take care. Bye-bye. Up the Reds.